live. We're going live, and we're gonna boot you, Coco, at some point. If
Oh yeah.
your
I get
internet
it.
speeds
I get
are
it.
fucking 1963, when they didn't even have fucking internet.
No, I'm gonna take one of those huge fucking supercomputers that the size of my house, and it's gonna have better speed back then than this device has right now.
So for me, I'm clear. JRo's clear. The video, and you're just super choppy.
I hope so.
Is this
A
the
sign?
time we have the talk with Coco? Like after like we finally have got like some traction going, like we're taking that next step. Is this when
I quit.
I mean we lost Chad pretty early on because of all this.
What if I just quit before you can fire me? Bam. I quit.
At least we can keep our friendship.
It looks like I'm lagging as well.
Yeah. So
But-
see,
I think this is all on Coco.
I think it
Not a
is. dude.
chance. It's fine
My
when you're not
upload
around.
is almost at 900. I think it's
You're
because
saying
I'm
my-
so far away from you guys that it doesn't know where to put us.
Jesus.
So then it's
fuck.
you. It's not even me.
Mine is too good.
Yes.
My internet is too good.
Too good. I'm
pretty
the
good.
greatest. I can't be here
Pretty
with you
good.
guys.
A lot of people are saying his internet's very good.
So I got an update for you guys.
Okay.
It's a
You're
My Tai
leaving.
Tuesday.
You're leaving the podcast.
Yeah. Hey, don't worry about Coco. Don't worry about Coco's internet. I'm
You
fucking
guys
out
can
of
have
here.
it. I'm out of here. Thank you.
Hey, you
everybody.
guys do
Have a
whatever
nice
you
night.
want. We'll see you next Tuesday.
You just call
Yeah.
us
So
cunt?
listen, thank you very much, Shelby. I finally, after Dustin and I finally
Only
met
had it for a
after
month.
we lived 15 minutes apart and we haven't met up.
I put it like
Um,
on my little like stand over here in my office, and
Yeah.
it's been there. And it's on
I
me.
feel so good. I'm waiting to see like one more picture, like just because we have a quick guest tonight. We have Amanda Boyer Photography joining us. Really, that one's more of she's joining us tonight. Met her down there. She did some amazing pictures during Worlds, A, AA, B, women's, all that good stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'll float it out there to a lot of people in the Northeast when they're going down to use you if you want to get pictures taken. She's like, well, I can come on the pod. And she seems like kind of a bad bitch. So I'm like, I love bad bitches. So let's go. But she was part of the whole chaos. She got a headband. So, I mean, she's already kind of part of the pod, I guess.
Perfect.
Don't know where this is going, but
There we
it's a Mai Tai Tuesday. I went down to my local Chinese dive bar watering hole. I had a Peking style noodles, a little sushi, and a couple Mai Tais. There was a woman. She had to have been 63 fucking years old. Maybe like late fit. I don't know. I mean, you know how drunks look. Like drunks can go really quickly into like looking like they're 12, like, 22 or 83 and be like 30 years old. She had been there since 12 o'clock this afternoon, just hammering back cocktails. And we all know Chinese places are known for heavy-handed cocktails, and New Happy is no different. They were fighting with this woman to take her keys, and we just sat there for
So-
too long.
Wait, they overserved her, and then they were
Yeah.
like, "You can't drive anymore." Did they offer to pay for her Uber? Like what?
Like, there's like 7 people. I was just so sick and tired of hearing about it. I almost told her, I almost said, shut the fuck up. I just want to drink my Mai Tais. I want to try and catch a buzz here. Shut the fuck up, everybody.
Seems
mean,
like
Corey's
every
been
time
here.
you go there, seems like every time you go there, it's a little, you get a little feisty.
It's the
Why do you
character.
think I
place.
fucking go there?
It's fair.
Last
really
time I went there
fired up.
before
They're
this
like,
this evening, I almost got in a fucking fight with a drunk. Then the time
Lead
before
wrench.
that, there's a guy that came in with an 18-inch pipe wrench looking to hit somebody. Like, why wouldn't you fucking go there?
Yeah, I have not gone back since that.
Also,
The lead wrench.
can I
I
tell you
have
how
not-
nice?
I didn't go back after that.
Can I tell you how nice it is right now to say whatever the fuck I want?
Oh
and
my
like,
god, yeah.
oh shit, fuck baby. But yeah, no, it's like even their internet there is so much fucking better than Coco's.
Yeah, I bet they have fiber optic.
Probably. Oh no, I'm at the business. I'm connected
Oh.
to the business next door, and I'm sitting
Oh.
at the bar, and it's still streaming better than Coco's.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. I'm just gonna enjoy my drinks tonight. I'm not even gonna let you see.
No, you're
I
not.
don't even know
No.
what kind of
You-
high C you're drinking tonight. But
Oh, you're gonna like it.
is it Hawaiian Punch?
You'll
Did you-
find out.
He's gonna have like an
Do you remember
ectoplasm.
Hawaiian Punch?
Yeah, I remember Hawaiian Punch.
I just you don't see it very often anymore.
What?
Oh,
I
JRo
seriously?
didn't see it. They came out with an alcoholic version of it in the last couple of years, I thought.
What?
Yeah.
You two are both very rattling my mind. One, Dustin. Hawaiian
Do you
Punch is-
remember? Do you remember Hawaiian Punch? Stupid question. I understand. I understand. I was
But
just,
the Hawaiian Punch is in the aisle with like the Gatorades and shit at Hannaford's.
maybe I just don't see it anymore. Maybe I had so much Hawaiian Punch when I was younger that I don't have an eye for it anymore.
And that huge
The only-
jug.
Yeah, the only good
Oh
thing
my
that
God.
Hawaiian Punch is made
They-
for is grain alcohol.
They had it in a can, right?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They,
really?
the
I
same
remember
way
the
they used to have
cans.
high C too.
Yeah, I remember the cans of Hawaiian Punch.
JRo, not everyone grew up in Connecticut. Some of us were growing up in the cities. where
I
we
didn't. I
had-
wasn't
we had
allowed to
be the
drink
Oh,
Hawaiian
yeah.
Punch. My Hawaiian
We had
Punch is
Hawaiian
literally.
Punch, hot dogs and macaroni and cheese for dinner.
Ooh,
Oh. That's a
shepherd's
bad
pie.
macaroni cheese
Yeah, that's why I'm
yesterday.
fat.
I don't know. I walked into your garage today to get my Chaos jersey. I love it too. Like Maddie dropped the ballford.com, and now I get to walk with it. Look at that. Ballford.com. Ready to go.
Snyder gets it. Snyder gets it. Had it in the can in Connecticut. There we
I
go.
never touched. I wasn't allowed to have it.
God, you weren't allowed.
Maybe that's explaining a
So
lot.
that's why you went and got the jug. You're
So
like,
that's what
okay,
happened. Like when I was growing up, like wasn't allowed TV time. Like like video games was very like limited, and wasn't allowed the sugary treats. So when I got out of I didn't drink really through high school because I was trying to play college ball. Once I got Simsbury problems is facts. Once I got out on my own. Oh boy, big boy JRo fell off the fucking deep end, especially once they moved me from first base to catcher. I'm like, my knees are out. I fucking drank everything and ate everything under the sun. I went from 212, stripping in college, playing ball, to 312 within a year, and it was glorious.
Everyone-
I was
high
such
speed
a great,
is
fat, naked guy.
I wish I got to see that. I really do. And I know that might.
So unfortunately-
I don't know if I wanted to see it, but what was your move? What was your favorite? What was your signature move?
There's the stripping or the naked
stripping.
part.
Yeah. The strip. Yeah. What
Oh,
was your
you've still
stripper's
seen
name?
the signature moves.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, it's a lot of. I was twerking before twerking was a thing.
Come
Oh
on.
yeah, like I was dropping it nice and low and popping it back up. I was fucking gyrating in faces. But then I got doing it when I was larger. Like an ex-girlfriend of mine for her 21st birthday,
Yes.
she was like, "Hey, are you still stripping?" Now at this point I was a solid 320. And she's like, "We can't afford a real one, but we can afford you." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll do it for like, I don't know, how much you want to pay?" She's like, "I was $50." I'm like, "Can I have $50 in 4 cups?" Because when you're in college, it's all about the cups. So 3 of my fraternity brothers came, and it's hard to gyrate in somebody's face when you got a stomach like I do.
You're just slapping him in the face with your gut.
And I'm all balls, no dick. So like you're getting hit with uppercuts from the ball sack.
Yeah.
And then in the forehead with my stomach.
Oh my goodness.
You want to talk about a boomer?
I can light a little. I can put a little light on this subject because I have seen JRo strip. And yeah, JRo, you might not have realized that you stripped that night, but you, sir, had your. Let's put it this way: I know how low your nutsack goes, and it is impressive.
Where?
At Hudon's.
Oh,
Like a Sunday night.
oh, got a little high, got a little drunk. Clothes came
my.
off. I was feeling
Clothes
it.
came off. He finally
Yeah, I
got
was feeling
dragged
it.
out of there, and he found his way into a window and just started talking to us anyway. Yeah, I've seen the moves. They're not good.
Oh, stop
not
it. I
good.
wasn't trying to. You guys were going to be bringing out dollar bills. I used to make $20 a night when I was stripping in college. And on that. Ladies and gentlemen. That's a major, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Break It. Holy fuck. I was talking to Amanda today, and I said, what a fucking week and a half it's been. From Wednesday the 4th until now we're at the 17th. It's been a wild fucking week and a half, and I think things are still to come. Maybe a little something tomorrow. Who knows? D-Money, what's happening, baby? What you drinking? Ooh, just cracking it.
It's the off-season crack.
It is. It's she back.
Tonight I have, what is this? A Stoneface Rolling Blackouts Nipa.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. It was canned like 3 months ago, so a Nipa.
Nice and fresh.
Back end.
Especially when it's 20 minutes up the road.
Yeah, but I was. Yeah,
Is it
I
good?
was. It's okay.
Are you sure it's just okay? Is it good or is it?
It's not good, not great. It's all right. I don't do that for free.
Oh, fuck.
What a week, though. I love it. And I also $20 a night. You said
That's not a lot. You were impressed by
you were
that.
like,
That
we
was
don't,
not
we
good.
can't do this for. You said that what was your girlfriend at the time couldn't pay for a real stripper, so we'll give you 50, which was more than double your normal rate.
Yeah.
So you weren't like, oh no, that's way too much.
No.
You're like, I'm making money tonight.
And back in the
At
day,
$320.
and back in the day, it was either a 30 of Jenny, which was $9.99, or handles of grain in Hawaiian Punch. So, yeah, listen. I mean, come on, make it happen. You gotta make money somewhere. Coco, what's up, baby? What you drinking?
All right, so I moved off of the Kool-Aid, but I think I did you one better. And this is in honor of the week that.
Hold
that
on, I'm
Bring It
trying
is
to
at.
think. Let me, because you've been talking this up. I feel like we're gonna see like a Tang or an ectoplasm.
So I did look for Mondos. They don't make those anymore. But I
Don't
got
make a
something that it goes in all the little kegs.
Oh, look
Wait,
at that!
I've got a grape. I've got a green one. I've got the blue one. I got the red one. I got them all for you, buddy. You had a hell of a week. It was time to celebrate.
Those are so gross. And the fact that there's like tinfoil around even as a kid, I was like, this is not,
So
it's
good.
not good.
So good.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know if I like this. Did you take did you completely take it off, or did you do like when you were a kid and just push your finger in?
poke a hole in
Dude, what are you doing?
So I used to not. I'd go
Oh yeah, you pop it with your
bite into
tooth?
it. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
You're not
Oh, yeah.
drinking. You're not drinking on Tuesday nights because you got to work early in the morning now that
Yeah.
we're back in school season. And you're going with some of the sugar, like the most sugary drinks known
Only
to
1
man.
gram. It's
You
only
know
1
you're
gram.
gonna-
5 calories. This
Of
is a
course,
diet drink.
You
you're
know-
fucking counting those
No,
calories.
it's on the package.
Why the fuck would it be on the package? Like, who
I don't
cares?
ask
You're
these
telling me an
questions.
8-year-old gives a fuck about what a barrel drink is?
I'm a grown man that just bought a box of hugs. Like,
Thank God hopefully the
look at
boys
it
were
for
with
too
you.
long.
Hugs.
Yeah, they're not even here
Oh.
this week. I bought these for me for tonight for you.
I love
I do
you.
this for you.
Wow.
I don't know if I can get behind these ones.
These used to be good with vodka.
That's what I was gonna say, like,
there's
where's your
so
vodka?
Much.
It's in
There's
cabinet.
so much sugar. I feel
It's not.
and maybe there's not that much sugar, but it just tasted like
Sure.
pure,
I hear that.
pure false.
Yeah, I'm
pure
probably gonna make
pseudo whatever.
I'm gonna make
Yes.
throzies after this from
It's
all
like-
of the fake flavors.
It's a melted popsicle in a plastic container.
The
Can you
best
do-
part of those popsicles was always the melted part. Just sucking that down.
Can you do us a favor and pour a little bit of each one into one glass, and then
I can make-
tell us what that tastes like towards the end of the show?
Yeah, like an OK soda.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. But yeah, what a week! And I like.
What? Do I not get mine anymore?
What are you drinking, buddy?
I'm on sours tonight. Actually, Brian at Burt's Beers was like, "Oh, you're going light tonight." I'm like, "Yeah," because last week I went with 5 fucking double IPAs on a Tuesday night, and I had to wake up early and fly out. Like, it was not ideal. So I'm going sours tonight.
Sours,
Did you guys
yeah.
see this? Did you see this already?
On my internet, no.
See what? Yeah, I don't know. When you say
Yeah.
this, it's hard to tell what you're saying.
What are you talking about? You guys don't know like what I'm fucking talking about?
This is the whole if you have a kid thing you get. It's like, hey, what's that? I have no fucking clue what that is. Be more
And
specific.
they're like, why? And then you're like, what?
What window
What?
are you?
Why
looking
of
at?
what?
Good old fucking Huddy.
Oh yeah. I did.
Huddy quick to the meme game like usual. Oh, Jesus Christ. No, this was this is good. This is a WeldWorks sour. Bam Bam Rubble now with watermelon. It's a fruity pebbles sour ale.
Ooh, so I've dabbled in the WeldWorks sours. Some of them are good. The ones that kind of claim themselves to be like the one with the milk sugar or whatever it is.
Yeah, lactose.
Lactose. Those ones aren't great, I don't think, from them.
Yeah.
They don't seem as like when I get that type of sour, I want it to be like a frothy melted creamsicle.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Like a melted
like a
cheesecake pop. Oh, we got talking about. So I got to throw this guys out to you real quick. We got talking on the broadcast. I think it was Mike Williams and I. It was the first broadcast. We went right into Bring It style. We got talking about food. Subway cookies, because this got thinking like cheesecake frothy. Subway has great cookies apparently.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, really? I would say that they probably do.
It's the best thing they put out.
It's probably they're like soft, right? The soft, nice and soft chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
I haven't fucked with Subway since I used to coach with that fucking dink of a head coach I worked
Jared? With. Subway guy?
Jared used to be my coach.
Little diddle. But yeah, what a week it was. Dustin, I mean, like you were down there playing softball at the Sea Worlds. I mean,
we were roommates this week and we didn't see each other unless it was like 2 a.m. Yeah.
I brought my tripod down, my microphones, I brought everything. I'm like, I brought fucking 100 koozies. Zach, I'm sorry, I should have given you some fucking I should have given you a koozie when we were doing the broadcast. But like, I'm like, I'm gonna be able to get so much content, interviews, this and that.
You were working it, buddy. You were working it the entire time. If you were on a game, you were off, on, and you picked up every shift you could.
I was like a fucking poor man trying to get out of the fucking Skid Row.
Coco, it was insane. So you've been around now for JRo at the Firecracker, and then like if you've ever driven with him, you're trying to leave the field and you can't leave because everyone's saying hi. It's literally the same thing at Vieira Stadium during the major. Like I'm sitting there and I'm like, who are all these people that are just being like, JRo, hey JRo, and he's doing the
old point.
Yeah,
my guy.
Yeah, hey, there's my guy. Yeah, he's now part of that scene.
The mystique has
I
grown.
know I'm so bashful too.
Well, you can also you could hear him on the field.
Okay.
Like all the players and everyone said that they could hear him. The players, coaches, like you can hear him all the way down. So
I was worried about this, and it was OGKP with Jesus Christ, Competitive Edge. Sorry, and Wally's World last year. Wally playing with Anarchy last year. I sat down. I was talking with him and Keith Beloli, and I was like, man, you could Here's one. We'll just jump this up. Zach Ross with Chick-fil-A. Zach, because it was fucking 1:00 in the morning, you could hear me in left field. But I sat down and I was like, I was kind of worried, conference guys, especially at the higher level, how they take some of the shit I say. And he was like, fuck them. It's fun either which way.
It seemed like the feedback was a resounding, you need to do every game. That's pretty much what I was seeing in comments and on chat rooms and different boards and whatnot. Like everything was very, very positive. Everybody liked hearing you out there.
And that was exciting. It was funny. Like DW kept coming up to me and being like, how's your voice? Are you doing okay? You're not going to have anybody. I finally said to him on, I forget what day it was. I was like, DW, listen, before I got that cease and desist letter, I was doing 6 to 8 hours a day of streaming. I put in a full 30 hours on the men's A, B, women's A, B, and AA before you guys said, hey, USSSA, here's a letter to Bring It podcast. Like, I get it, but like, I got you. I'm like, you're giving me what, a 2-hour game, and then I'm off for a minute. Like, I'm fine. Oh, fine. Hey, speaking of, let's bring her in real quick. You
Let
know,
me change the brand real quick or whatever this
I already
thing's
did.
called.
Before
You got it on. Okay.
You know how I love my bad bitches.
There we go.
I think this is an easy one to classify as a bad bitch. At least how I saw her around the field this weekend. Amber, you a bad bitch?
I sure the fuck am.
That's right. That's right. Love that.
Hi, look at my headband.
I love it. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks.
This is when I saw the when you sent me those pictures yesterday, and it just happened that we were both walking into the stadium at the same time.
Yep.
Pardon me, and I get a little bashful for whatever reason. I get a little bashful around certain people. I'm like, I know you're here to work. You don't need to fucking talk to some fat guy that's just on a microphone. Sasha Killings was also somebody I really clammed up around Sasha. I didn't have my ring.
Sasha.
Yeah, see, the ring's here, so that's why I was like, I can't meet her if I don't have it. But we got a chance to walk into the stadium, and I gotta tell you, you do some amazing work.
Thank you. I truly love what I do, so it's easy.
Well, so you were down there. I think by the time you and I met on a Friday, you've been down there for what, a week and a half?
I started on Tuesday, the 3rd, and I left on Sunday, the 15th.
Oh. Jesus. That
sounds
like
I took over 35,000 pictures.
What do you do with all that?
I look through them. I edit them.
Holy shit. We broadcast a game and we'll say some crazy shit and we'll never look at it again.
Yeah.
Is that where we're missing out?
Editing?
No, just going back to our old game films and
think about how
hypothetically
much time
we
is
streamed
involved
some somewhere.
Think about how much time is involved in editing 35,000 pictures. That's insane.
Yeah. I don't really want to talk about it. It's cool.
You said what? 13 days of pictures. It's going to be 13 weeks of editing.
Oof. I'm gonna try not to. I'll stress out.
Perfect.
I got this. I love that we met Friday, and you already said you had some podcast gear. When I see you in 2 weeks, you'll get more podcast gear. But
okay.
Amber shows up and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm waiting for this picture from Alyssa because I got the headband and I got the picture from Amber, and you are just representing the brand exactly how you should be. Just fucking straight up fucking around." Look at this.
I'm just me, man. I'm just me. So she handed me the headband and I just went Karate Kid with it right then.
Look at this right here. Look at her. Look at Amber just living her best life. Showing off the podcast, not knowing who we were, and now here we are speaking together.
And I had to wear the headband. I just had to. It was fitting.
Now, first off, how was your drive back on did you go back Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday. So on my way back from shooting softball, I actually stopped in Titusville and did a family session as well. And then I drove home.
Yeah, because why not?
Hustle.
Yeah, I got home about 8 on Sunday.
Oh. Now, how did you feel yesterday?
Yeah.
I took a nap and I didn't even do anything like you did for the last 2 weeks.
So yesterday, it's teacher planning day, so I had my kid all day.
That's a lot of movies. You watched movies yesterday.
He was occupied with his iPad pretty much most of the day.
Now, so here's the thing. This is what I was asking, and I already told you we're gonna jump on a game when we're down there for D Worlds, but you're gonna be down there for this weekend's Worlds, which is men's E, and I think that's it, right? Men's E is only this weekend. And then next weekend is men's D, and actually that's it as well. So you're going to be down there for the next 2 weekends. And then you're going to be down there for co-ed as well?
And the weekend after that, I'll be in Chattanooga for BSC. And the weekend after that is a turkey tournament here in Jacksonville.
Hold up. There's a BSC event in Chattanooga?
There sure is on November 11th through the 12th.
Do they need a broadcaster?
I'm sure. Come on, you can come with me.
They don't have a streaming platform. Maybe that's our way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I have the hookups for BSC, so.
But no, so you're gonna be down there for the next 3 weeks, and you and I were talking, and I saw your pictures. We got a chance to meet. This is what happens. You meet us, we pump tires.
I'm here for it.
Would love to have teams from the Northeast. Everybody wants pictures, when they're at Worlds. I saw all the ones you've been posting over the last 2 weeks, I've talked to Coco and Dustin as well, being like, yo, you got to see this, because these are like, this isn't like me just showing up and be like my iPhone, like, hey, like you're giving out legit, like my engagement pictures is what you're doing for softball, right?
Yes, I'm a professional photographer, so I do much more than just softball. I do weddings and everything, like couples, families, all that. It's fun.
JRo's gonna be touching base with you in the next handful of weeks for the engagement photos and a wedding photo next summer, I'm sure.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Sasha.
Come on, catch
Yeah,
up.
took me a minute. Yeah,
This is
yeah,
why I don't
Sasha.
talk.
Sasha and I we're gonna have great ones.
Hey, me and Sasha have had some great photo shoots. I've done her Halloween session, so I'm familiar with Sasha. We're good.
See, now you just got to figure out how to make me look good, and we're perfect. Maybe I'll
got
just.
you. I got
Fuck,
you.
where's my jacket? I put my jacket on for you, but it's in the other room. So
No, we
now
don't want to
people.
cover up that shirt. We don't want to cover up that shirt.
No, well, no, it wouldn't cover up the shirt. It's just my. Oh, you don't know yet. I've got a leopard print fur coat
Ooh,
that
I
I
need
will
to see
rock.
this.
Yeah,
I
I'll
need
bring
to
it.
see
Maybe I'll bring it with me next week when
Yeah.
I'm down there for D.
Bring it
So
to
now,
Florida.
yeah,
Bring the leopard print coat.
It's almost
to
winter
Florida.
down there.
It's gonna. It'll be.
I mean,
perfect.
y'all
Almost
are
below
fucking.
70 where you'll need it. It's fine.
Oh my god, below 70. I still have shorts on. Like
It was like 80 this weekend, and I walked outside and I was instantly sweating. Florida is just a different kind of humid.
so, Amber, was that hot for you this weekend? We got to know, because Dustin and I were both down there.
I mean, yeah, it's hot, but it's doable. It's fine. I'm used to it. I've been there my whole life, so.
Fuck that. No.
On the turf, it's also way
On the
hotter.
turf, it's like 20 degrees hotter.
Yeah.
Now so people going down for E-Worlds, D-Worlds, people that want to have a professional photographer, doing their games, getting world shots for them, how do they get in touch with you?
You
What's
can
the
go
best way?
to my personal page, Amber Boyer, or my photography page, Amber Boyer Photography, on Facebook and Instagram. And then just message me and tell me what weekend you're going, if you want individual package or a team package, and then we can discuss from there.
For the team package gets you pictures of everybody on the team.
Correct.
Individual
everybody.
package is just
Just you.
yourself. That seems a little egotistical.
Honestly, a lot of
already
people don't
signed
like
up for it.
photos, so I don't hound them.
But no, I think that's great. Like I said, I think I just wanted to cut, especially since you and I walked in together. I wanted to pump your tires a little bit. I know people up here, when they go down to Worlds, would love to get some pictures, especially when you're at Worlds. It's the end of the year, and if you make a run, have a day. So I wanted to kind of, hey, you're wearing a fucking headband of ours. Also, it's so much nicer now that I got the microphone. I can fucking swear. I can say whatever I want.
I was wondering, I'm not going to lie, I've watched a few of yours with Chaos. I was wondering how you were going to do that on your trip live. Like,
I
how
didn't
was
do
that
this.
going to...
I didn't do this. Like,
Okay.
that's, thank fucking Christ. I said, what was it? I think it was a Kyle Pearson home run that John Kings posted. I said, oh my gosh. I haven't said that since I was 6 years old. Who the fuck says God? Oh my gee golly gosh, look at that ball go. Like, I sound like a fucking nerd. I wanted to say he fucking pissed on it, but I don't think I'd be
He
hosting
was
their
on
podcast tomorrow.
fire this
No.
weekend. Oh my God.
You would be instantly
Pearson.
moved from the stadium right then.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, but worth it at that point. Like, that's gonna get remembered.
Yeah, that
Right.
one. That,
That's savage shit that gets remembered, for sure.
trust me, all my one night stands don't remember me for shit. So maybe that's the one night stand I have that worked out well. So hit up Amanda Boyer Photography or
Amber.
Amanda Boyer. I'm
Amber.
gonna tag you.
Amber.
Still Amber. JRo.
Still
Her name is
Amber.
not
It's
changed.
not
What'd I say?
Amanda.
Yep.
Amanda,
You said
sorry.
Amanda.
Every time.
Talking about
Fine.
I was thinking one night stand, and
Amanda must have been one of them.
Amanda's my wife.
That worked out for you then.
She
No,
was
Still
Right.
waiting for that first time.
It's funny. It's funny. She got me our anniversary card this year, and she goes, "This was supposed to be this is turning into a really long one night stand," because literally that's how it started. Hopefully my father-in-law doesn't listen anymore, but We'll find out. Well, Amber, no, listen, it was a pleasure to meet you this week. I hope some of these Northeast teams take up the opportunity to have you shoot their games. We're gonna share your stuff. I'm gonna pass it out to a bunch of guys. So, but you're a bad bitch. I got some shit for you when I get down there next week.
Thank you. It was nice meeting you too and talking to you, getting to know everybody. So it's great. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks Amber. We'll talk to you soon. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. That was great. You know, get Coco off there.
Whoa.
Hey.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I'm back.
All right, there we go. She was great. We talked on the way in, and it's funny, in one of her messages, she's like, it just sucks we can get to chat more, but fucking work takes over. I'm like, yeah, I get it. Like, I thought I was jumping up on the stream. Josh Kirsten was the one that had that game. She had to go do photo shoot, so it was great to have her. It was a very surreal week, I think. There's a couple times that I really loved this week. The one on the podcast side, like one of them, was when you and I finally saw each other Wednesday night late. Yeah. Like walking in. So, Coco, I walk into our hotel room. This was after John King's shared me and Zach Ross. Like, loving what Zach Ross and JRo are bringing to the live feed. And I opened up my phone, and I've never seen that many red bubbles on Facebook. And Dustin's just in like his boxer shorts, tarpless. My nipples are already getting hard thinking about it. And like, I've got a 12 of Modelo. I've got all my fucking bags. I'm walking in, and we do like this big, like, I love you, man. I haven't seen him for fucking years. Yeah. Big bro hug in the middle of the room.
Oh, that was yeah. Because we were like, I feel like we were messaging each other when I was at the field hitting, and then it like started raining, and I was like, I'm not heading to the stadium at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was
yeah. And Wednesday was weird.
Then to just see all of the awesome chatter going on, I was just like, this is going to be a sweet week.
You looked sleepy in the Instagram live that you did.
Yeah, dude, he was up for the first game like every day to the final game, which sometimes was like 1 o'clock.
Chick-fil-A was that last game because they moved it to after the winner's bracket final on whatever day that was. And we left at 12:30.
Okay.
But it was crazy. But like all of a sudden I'm standing there and all of a sudden I hear Competitive Edge yelling at me, be like, JRo, we found your long lost brother. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I head on over and I got a picture taken, and I'm trying to pull it up real quick because I hate Facebook.
I think I saw this picture, and this person looks exactly like you.
I would love to look like him. Like, he's in way better shape than I am. Like, look at those titties. That's like little A cup titties right there I've got going.
Right, but look at the faces.
I know.
I think that's what everyone's looking at. And it looks like you could be brothers. It literally looks like you could be brothers.
I actually have half my hair tucked up because his hair is short. So I tucked half my hair up. Cameron Andrews from Iowa. Good old Iowa boy. I gotta tell you. I don't know how to, well, I got to say first off, thank you, Keith Bololi. Like, without Keith, we're never in this position. So
we're never hanging out in the Louisville box at the stadium with the Louisville guys. I was like
talking about the next Louisville release, how it should be a bring it back. But like Keith Bololi, you've helped us get to this point. Like that's kind of like step one. Then you have like a guy like Mike Snyder, who has been such a big guy that's interacted with us, giving us great insight throughout the entire fucking time of the show.
He also, I feel like he also listens every single week. He's got to have almost as many hours logged as Coco at this point.
Yes. Oh, I'd give him maybe more.
Yeah. He's got way more because he shows up on when we used to be able to stream.
I just want to point out, we weren't allowed to after he came on. I don't know.
Yeah, he was they were like, whoa, they got Snyder on, and then they're like, shut it down.
Get those fucking assholes off the air. They're having too much fun. Fuck them.
Exactly.
But having a guy like Mike Snyder to start this whole process and put that bug out there and start talking to DW, and then Scott Hartling to really kind of also follow Snyder up and tell me that I have a cease and desist letter. We have a cease and desist letter sitting in this random email that we never check.
You guys don't check your email much, do you?
So yeah,
Not to
send us
bring
your
a pod
questions. Send us your questions at our email, whatever it is, at gmail.com.
Yeah, bring a pod. Yeah, absolutely. But like how this whole week transpired with those guys was wild. And then getting down there and then seeing friends of the pod, guys that have also supported us, guys that have been guests, Mike Manning, Scotty DeLorge, Hall of Fame guys, you have Scott Hartling, seeing those guys, Jimmy Thurman, win the fucking Major World Series and be able to call it. We had this goes back to that fucking little emotional bullshit little video I made. This is what I'm going to miss about streaming these games. Putting our Northeast players on platforms at high levels, watching Alyssa and Tab win AA. Now you have an opportunity to see Scott, Mike, and Hartling all win a Major World Series. I was calling it, no big deal. But I was calling it on a new trip. It's not the same where we're on the podcast and being able to broadcast that. So that's kind of what I'm going to miss. But I think there's other things.
But isn't there a market for having localized announcers? Almost just as much as there is for conference, almost maybe even more.
Or having more of an uncensored version.
Not only that, but just could you imagine this year in Ohio, someone in Ohio restreaming games and calling the games from those? I mean, those numbers would be outrageous.
But those Ohio guys are crazy.
Outrageous.
Remember what Off the Bench did? The numbers they did for those One Nation stuff?
Absolutely. But I mean, what I'm saying is wouldn't it help U-Trip grow its brand if they had these things in place? Wouldn't it be a better kind of, at the end of the day, a better product for your lower level teams, essentially? Because that's where all the players are. All the players are there. Not the conference is a very small portion of the players.
Tiny. 18 teams for that World Series.
Right.
Ton of money.
30,
a fucking shitload of money.
Yes.
But
right. But it's 37 teams total, I think.
Right.
For the men, and I don't know what the women's total was at.
I think it's even less than that.
Probably 25 if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. But I don't disagree with you. I think that's think about those Ohio guys watching, and I can't, the only one I'm thinking of off the top of my head is Big John Williams. But I know there's other guys out there. Kirsten's from Columbus. There's other guys out there. Those Ohio people fucking watch a ton.
I was saying Ohio because they have won.
Well, they've won every fucking thing. Yeah.
So I mean, if there was someone following the Ohio teams throughout that tournament, there would be in calling a game. Then that's just an added bonus to a service that they already provide.
Well, and that's what we were talking about. I was talking about with a lot of these guys. Listen, I'm not even gonna pretend I know the conference guys, because I don't. I know probably the conference women better than I know the conference men, just because of our chaos ladies. But they were talking. They're like, but you probably know the other guys you're streaming well. I'm like, yeah. If I was streaming the C tournament right now, I'm like, I could see somebody's come up with their hands and know, or the back of their butt, or how they're dressed, and know who it is, just because we know those guys well. Or same with the women. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, there's a lot going on. Hit and sit, what? But we'll see what happens. There's definitely, I think there's definitely some conversations happening. I think the craziest fucking, I think one of the crazier things that happened this entire weekend was when I first got. I mean, besides John King's fucking sharing me like in Zach Ross on a broadcast. I was sitting there Wednesday before everything got going, and DW brought me up, showed me the ropes, kind of all that good stuff. And Scott Naparata of, SNI and DeMarini, and I'm sitting there, and he just looks at me, he goes, "Hey," and introduce myself, and he goes, "Hey," he goes, "What you're doing to help grow this women's game, give that exposure is absolutely," he goes, "it's unbelievable." I just said there, I'm like, "Well, thanks. Like they deserve the same recognition and platform and exposure." He walked away. We had a nice little chat. He walked away, and I said, "Jesus fucking Christ. How the fuck do you know who the fuck we are?" Like, that's all I was thinking. I'm like, we thought we're just like Northeast. I mean, lower level ball, right? Not even lower level. I don't know. I guess we can't even say that.
Yeah, I think when you jumped on with the Chaos train,
Yeah.
I think that's what kind of opened it up to, because you got Bob Ford.
Yeah.
You got D1 Sports, you got all their sponsors who are now kind of like, oh, what is this? So I mean, they've got like big sponsors, and then the sponsors start talking, and oh, check this out, and yeah, one thing leads to another. I think you jumping on that Chaos train might have gotten us that cease and desist. I don't know if it was,
and that's why that's all I wanted to do was just get ourselves a cease and desist. It had nothing to do with the fact that those ladies are absolutely amazing. But I know Maddie Ratty's here. I was on with Mike Williams, and she's like, "Oh, I love you two being together." I'm like, "Fucking Maddie, get your ass down here and come broadcast with me for the majors." Like, but Maddie Ratty might not be built for a censored broadcast. She might be worse than me. But no, it was I don't know. I think it was pretty cool. I mean, fucking Kyle Pearson said something to me on the way out, being like, "Hey, we're like, what you're doing is great." Like, I don't know. It's just kind of, I had some like really weird fanboy kind of like, what the fuck is actually going on here moments. Like,
that's awesome. Especially after you see someone hit the ball 750 feet before it landed.
In a fucking game. Like, what are you doing?
This major was awesome. From the games that I saw, this major was sweet.
Roof axes. Oh, I fucking love them. I get why like DW's got, like, he was getting chirped a little bit for this fanboy part of Roofax. They play the game fucking hard. They play the game. They do everything. They can go for power. They hit the gaps. They take bags. Oh, right. Can I say it real quick?
Because
I haven't been able to say it. I didn't say it all week. They take bags like they're a fucking Colombian Coke dealer. Yes, I finally got it out. I had to use a grocery reference.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was watching one, you brought up the grocery bagging, and I was like, that is not.
That's not the one.
They massacred my boy.
They fucking they neutered me. They took my balls, boy.
Oh.
But I think kind of from my side, like not being down there and just watching it, you could hear you did the right stuff. Like you called it fair. You didn't show the fanboy where I knew you were, because I would get our group chat and be like, this just happened. And it was like, that's fucking awesome. But when you brought up that one about the sponsor bringing up like loving what you've done for the women's game, like that's been one of our driving things for 18 months now.
Yep.
Where we're going to do the teams that are good. And if that's women, if that's men, if that's a mix, like we'll just do it. We don't give a fuck.
Right.
And I think that's what you're kind of seeing, and that's growing it, and them having such a good year and just jumping on randomly on a fucking Tuesday night or whatever it was, like that's not going to hurt.
Hey, I got chirped on a live feed down at the Worlds, the men's Worlds, before the conference, before the World Series. I was called the fat queef. Literally, somebody went underneath the camera, said, "Hey, JRo, you fat queef, thanks for doing our game." Well, guess what?
You're probably if we have an idea of who that is, we're probably not going to do your game. And we're not going to do your game anymore. Anyway,
like, so like, and when you have people that are like, "Hey, thanks for giving us our support," like JP doing with, also Dustin. How wild was that? So the Texan, the fucking
Oh my God, the
cowboy,
random
the big
person at
Texan.
Wawa. Yeah,
So, yeah, go. That was
Go.
stupid.
No. It was just like, hey, you started FaceTiming with JP, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, so like I'm
there in
walking over
Wawa.
to get
That
our
was a
sandwiches.
That was a
Oh, you were
long day.
you had a couple of things in you.
Yeah,
at this
I
point.
had right after our game, I got the 4-pack of land shark and it was gone very quick.
All I wanted at that. So this was
Just went on
after
from
the
there.
World Series was done. This was after Resi won. I left. I grabbed D. And we were walking back. I parked in the White Claw because why wouldn't you have a fast pitch tournament when there's men's C, women's D, major World Series? Yeah, fast pitch tournament. Absolutely, mix that in.
There's
so
also
no parking.
kids baseball practices there.
Yeah,
all
so of
week as
course.
well.
Why
God
not?
damn the kids.
Fuck kids when you have that many
Ruining
tournaments.
it.
Well, we were noticing that they also they have like Jim was like they're like 6 and 7 years old. They've got like stations going on.
Jesus.
Like they've got like 12 different stations on the field. I was like, yeah, when I was in high school, we hit BP, we did infield, outfield, and then we might have ran for like 10 minutes. And then it was an hour, we were out of there.
Did your high school coach hit actual grounders to you, or did he like fluff them?
He probably didn't seed them. I would love to do. I would
I
love
used to
just
try to seed it.
I
would
threw
whack
a
it at
ball.
these kids.
I threw a ball at my fucking coach because he would hit these fucking like 17 hoppers to me, and I'm just like, I was like, I was hoping I would get drafted. I wasn't at the right school for it. Yeah, like I was hoping to get drafted. I wanted to go play D1 ball. No thanks to him. And he's hitting, like if I gave Amanda a bat and a ball and said, hey, listen, hit me grounders, she might have hit him harder. So I actually got up and I fucking threw one right at him. Didn't go well, but whatever.
That guy.
So you were running for the rest of the practice.
No, he was like, oh my God. I actually gave him the old, I slipped. It slipped. Sorry.
Yeah.
That coach that you had there, if it's who I think it was, is like a New Hampshire legend as well.
No,
Like,
no,
that's
not that one. This is when I
Okay.
went to a school north of me.
Oh, okay, because I was like, that guy, you
Don't
don't,
wanna talk about that
fuck
one
with
either.
him.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that one.
All right.
Anyway, well, at least, hey, yeah, let's make sure we get D3 athletes instead of D1. Anyway, so, but yeah, so all I wanted to do after the World Series was go get a fucking bag of beers and either watch more softball, because I haven't watched any, but I wanted to go watch the C, because the Hornets were playing Minnie. It's a team from Minnesota. I wanted to go watch the Hornets from Ohio, another great fucking young team from Ohio. And all I wanted, Dustin had already had enough beers and pens and whatever. I just allegedly, I just wanted a bag of beer. Yeah, it is softball. I just wanted a bag of beers to watch softball, and the fucking concession stand was closed.
Yeah, that was brutal. There's still a game going on, and the concession was just done. So we
ended up
stood in
going
the
to
outfield
Wawa.
for like 6 seconds. We were like, let's get the fuck out of here.
We had 10 beers still at the room in the fridge, which we drank 1.5 of.
You drank. I hit the electrolytes pretty hard because I knew where I was headed and I had to fly out the next day. You were flying out even earlier, I feel.
I was out of the hotel
Yeah.
room. Did I wake you up when I left the room?
Maybe for a brief second, and then I fell right back asleep.
And I was so quiet. I am like, listen, you guys are like, well, what kind of moves do you have? What
You're
kind
a
of moves?
super light sleeper too.
Oh, I don't sleep. I mean,
Like, I would like shuffle and like start to get up, and you'd be like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, he was up.
Well,
the
yeah, it
whole
was like
time
6
watching
o'clock
you.
in the morning.
Yeah, he was just watching.
Yeah,
you.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, Dustin and I were sleeping together.
When
and
we
were
get
just
into
enjoying
a
our
hotel
time.
room together, it doesn't take much
No.
to wake
Give me a-
either of us up.
Oh, give me a CPAP machine and a pair of and a pair of sissy underwear, and we're good to go.
It was a good week.
Fuck, it was.
It was a hell of a week.
There's a lot coming up. I mean, I was talking to somebody that's playing majors next year on the women's side, and she's like, "Yeah, I've already heard there's conversations going on." I was asked by somebody, if I would travel, to promote the women's game. Before the question, the full sentence was answered before. The woman said, "Would you travel?" I said, "Yes."
So
Doesn't
yeah,
matter where.
my thing is like not all of the complexes have what Space Coast has. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
like traveling would be awesome to go to these tournaments, but is it necessary to do?
Stop it! I want my Southwest miles back.
Okay.
Yes, it is. But you could also do this and go there and like, do interviews. Get interviews, like meet the players.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not every tournament.
Do interviews when you're not doing the games the entire weekend. Like, you're not doing interviews if you're also
I won't
doing
broadcast them. I'll do
games.
fucking interviews with players after games, and I'll
after
be
this
with
week.
John King's.
They're not going to be like, yeah, let's get you on interviews. They're going to be like, you're doing every game from 8 a.m. until midnight.
Yeah. There's men's and women's happening. Go.
Yeah, there was a show, Softball 360, that used to be on, where they went to the
They
big
did it,
tournaments
yeah.
and they would interview people.
And that didn't last.
I don't know. It was on. It didn't help. It was on Nessun.
Well,
Whatever-
V got
whatever other-
on there. Joey V got on there, and then
It broke.
You know what?
path.
You know what was working?
I did.
Streaming from the confines of Bring It Podcast Studio.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In Sandown, New Hampshire.
But that's what I'm
not
thinking.
saying
Like,
that.
if I would go, do on the field shit, just all I need is a Facebook feed. That's all I need, Facebook feed. But they have a subscription-based service, so how do we make that work? That's not on me. We were doing it fine on Bring It until we got a cease and desist letter. Oh, fuck. I had a couple Mai Tais tonight. We're going to have fun.
Should we?
I need
Yeah,
these
we're
juice
going to
boxes
have fun.
are-
It's
not good
almost 9
altogether.
o'clock.
I've
Oh,
already
Hickey-
finished all 4 of them.
Hickey's going to, I got to go to the fridge and get a couple of the ciders I've got in there too. Hickey's going to be thrilled because it's going to be an hour and a halfer. But what else I want to talk about is, well, first off, men's conference, DW, Stro, all the sponsors, all the managers for every team and all the players. Thanks for being so fucking awesome at the Men's Major World Series. I know I am unique. I know I'm loud. I know I like to have a lot of fun, and you guys were great. So thanks for letting me kind of join this past week and do something a little different and, make a fucking Wawa reference. I also didn't know if I was allowed to make Wawa reference because of like sponsors and shit. Like, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, it almost seemed like outside of the people from Texas that we ran into, it seemed like it was only people from the Northeast who was ever at Wawa. We said that in our car. It
Really?
was like it's like we would walk in and it's just all people from our area because they're like
Oh, so
we
good.
don't have Wawa, so we need it. We need it so badly.
Mike Lacey of LSR also is a big Wawa fan.
Wawa has literally everything.
Yeah.
It's
But
so good.
It's so good.
I like
so
it.
good.
Is that the one with the pizza on the corner? Their pizza was good.
Stop. No,
I don't know if I've ever got
7-Eleven.
pizza. At
That's
Wawa.
7-Eleven. That's Vieira Pizza at 7-Eleven.
That's fine. I don't love Wawa. We've gone over this before.
Oh my god!
I think you
dude.
can get that. They have all that stuff at a bunch of different gas stations.
No.
Yeah. I don't
It's
like
the
Wawa's iced
experience,
coffee.
Corey.
Wawa's iced coffee comes pre-sugared, and I don't want sugar in my iced coffee. That is
Then
enough
you
for me.
go
I'm out.
to
And you
the-
don't get
then you
that
take
there.
you get the fucking black version. Or you go to the touch screen and you get a cold brew. I went to the touch screen during the
touchscreen is
winners bracket
perfect.
final because Resi was putting up a fucking firework display against Sonny's in the winners bracket final. And I had a 4-pack of beers. I was walking around the stadium with 4 beers. I was drinking them. I was down to 2, and I'm like, I can't drink it. Like, I couldn't get rid of this last beer because I had to go because I thought the game was going to be over in 3 innings. I had to go to Wawa. I got a black cold brew with 2 shots of espresso at 10:30 at night. D, maybe that's why I didn't go to sleep till 2:30 that evening.
Yeah, that might have
Maybe,
been it.
maybe. It. Oh, this is. Hey, do you guys know how to ban people?
You've been trying with me, and I keep coming back. So no.
Sheets over Wawa? Fuck off, J-Val. No. But no, I really thanks to the conference. Like, I was worried. I didn't really get into like my boot comments and all that shit just because I was on a bigger stage and wasn't us. But thanks for welcoming me. That was awesome. But I gotta tell you, man, We've watched the condensed games. We've watched streams. We've seen major. Yo.
Seeing these dudes in real life is fucking wild. I've said it.
What the fuck?
Every time you go, you're like, this guy's a monstrous human.
It's
so
silly.
Huge.
I was talking to Matt Cromie down in left field. He did one of the games with me. And I got talking to him and his girlfriend, Ashley. And I'm sitting there, literally, we're halfway through into the left, all the way down the stands and the lower bowl. And I just hear a ball sizzling by me like it just came off the bat. And I think it was fucking Bradley Jones hitting the ball. And I'm just like, we're 260 feet from the home plate, and it looks like it just came off the bat.
So I went down and I also met them with you.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like when we were in left, like where we were standing, seeing how far those home runs were was even more impressive at that point. Because you're like, phew. Okay. Like just the consistency for hitting them is just it's awesome. That's such a good tournament. I'm glad that they seem to find the right ball this year. Although was there a different ball mixed in or something?
So no,
I saw somewhere, but it seemed like for the most part the ball was much better than it was last year.
Yeah, they changed the ball from last year. So it was interesting because the AA, A, and B all used the hardcore. This one was the stadiums, and it was interesting talking to like Zach Ross, Mike Lacey, Mike Williams, talking about the difference between the balls, because they were all saying, well, these balls would be flying out of here. I think it was Mike Lacey, the sponsor and manager for LSR, was saying the stadium balls go further, slower through the infield. The hardcore ball is quicker through the infield, but doesn't fly as far as dances as much. I don't remember. Don't quote me on it. Allegedly, #allegedly. Please don't send me another cease and desist. But that was an interesting thing where they were so used to hitting that hardcore. But I'm like, how big? But there's a slight difference between the two balls, apparently. We're not ball scientists.
The game you broadcast, I did hear the person you were with talking about it had a big difference on how quick it got through the infield. And that was like the number one thing they were talking about. I think it felt a little bit different if it was in your hand too, but that was like a huge thing of the ball just gets through the infield so much differently.
And here's the other thing. We're talking offense so much here. You know how I feel about defense. I'd rather see defensive plays. I fucking love defensive plays.
I think that's probably why you like that Roofex team, because I will tell you what, that Roofex team on defense is gross.
Yes, Roofex, like you have Rymac, Ryan McClanahan. Why couldn't I say that on the broadcast? I fucking stumbled over his name the whole time. The shortstop for Roofex, you had Jeremy Fry over the bag. But also you have some great like I'm looking like this Hunter Barnes on Sonny's. This guy Heath Barnes? Yeah, see, I'm still trying to remember names. Like, deal with it. Heath Barnes. Fucking, he's got the flow. He's fast as fuck, making plays. Like, I'm watching Tyler Story there with Sonny. Like, just the plays these guys are making.
Even the attempts, like, I think I saw a Story go up and, like, almost jump completely over, like, halfway over the fence. And it's like, that's a long way. Yes. Even for, like, a left fielder to go and then to jump over just you can tell why these guys are doing it at a major level, because it's 110% every single play. These guys are never taking plays off, and they're doing it at a very, very, very high level of play.
Joe, the two guys that really oh Jesus Christ, Marcus Miller, the left fielder for Roofex, JoJo Bennett. Now, JoJo Bennett in left field, any ball that was anywhere near the fence, he was climbing up, jumping up, like he was doing it. Like, it's just watching these guys is it's so much fun. Like, it was, and D, you said it well last year when you came back from this weekend. You're like, you have to get down there next year. And I'm like, there's no fucking chance. Like, it's not going to happen. And that's where it all started, baby.
It's the best. It's the absolute best ball you'll see in this tournament. And the fact that it was unlimited home runs, I think it's always unlimited home runs, but the fact that they changed the ball so that played a part where last year it really did not, I feel.
Correct.
There were guys hitting him over that massive fence in center field. We saw a few over the scoreboard, which was like, that's also just gross. But we were also seeing him like pelt the scoreboard too, like the top of the scoreboard. It's just, it's awesome to see. And I think like some people, we got a lot of feedback during the Smokies that, this soft, we don't like this softball, yada, 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 because it's unlimited home runs. But when you're there, I feel like when you're there, it's a little bit different because you're like, wow, this team is essentially having like a team home run derby and they're just fucking rolling. And that was obviously Resmondo this weekend.
We saw 2 pitcher changes in 1 inning. We saw in the winners in the championship game, Sonny's got fucking hot. Hotter than a fucking poker up the ass.
Yeah,
like
that was a wild inning.
23 runs, and we saw Travis Clark, your Fab Four Clark, the black and gold is still my favorite bat of all time. The 220. Saw him pull himself, so Reckert went in, and then Reckert was pulled, and Trav went back onto the mound. It was fucking wild to see that. And I think that here's the crazy part. Resmondo kept battling back. Sonny's was just the hotter one. And then I personally think Sonny's messed up by taking the hammer in the EF game. I think if they had the opportunity to set the pace in game 1 or game 2, that could have been big.
We heard that at the Smokies as well, where we came to that conclusion that hitting first in this type of tournament is probably the best way to go. Because you can go up and throw up 10 plus runs in the first inning very, very easily. These teams were putting up double-digit innings.
It was wild.
They rolled that first game of the championship as well.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just go out there
roll.
and fucking just keep hitting like you have been?
Because if it doesn't work out, you're like, why the fuck don't you take the hammer?
Yeah, I get it, but it's also like if you want to play ahead.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like play the game. We just won because we were playing ahead, right? So why don't we do that again? It worked. But it is what it is.
They put up a ton too, didn't they?
Oh yeah, Resmondo in the game 2 won like 44 to 11.
I want to say their first inning they had a huge inning. And
I think they had
a
14 run inning, and then Sonny's was quiet. But
I think they had like a 2 or 3 run inning in the first inning, and it was
over.
Yeah.
We knew it was over in the broadcast. It was kind of like, all right, you just felt it. You felt it. We were more interested in the beer wall being built next to the Resmondo.
That was a lot.
Oh my
I gotta
god!
tell you, fuck that.
The woman who dropped it or
fuck her
ran into it or whatever.
I've just been talking about how we need to promote the women's game, and fuck that woman. She ruined that great fucking beer wall. Whereas Mondo's dugout looked very upset by it as well. Gotta tell you,
people needed something to watch at that point.
But it was. Think about it. You have Scott Hartling, who was in the finals in the home run derby at the PIF. You have Everett Williams, who has his great pass amount as well, like on the bench. You have you have these guys on the bench that could be starting on majority of every fucking team out there, and they're on the bench, like Resmondo's team, and seeing these guys, and then it's like, all right, so you go Josh Riley, cool. All right, next up, Kyle Pearson, who is just fucking pelting
offensive
our
MVP.
hotel.
Yeah,
like
he was hitting. What did he hit? 9 something, and then he hit 840 on the year.
Yeah,
like stupid.
That's incredible.
Oh. I don't know. I think it was the first time being live. Like, listen, the first time being live and like seeing this game in person versus on streams, it is so different. If you get a chance to go to a conference event with these major teams, you have to go experience it. If you have the opportunity to go to the World Series, absolutely take advantage of that.
Yeah, I also like the fact that they push the bags back too when they're on that stadium.
75 feet. I heard 75. I heard 80. So somewhere in there.
Yeah, somewhere around that. But they do push it back like 5 or 10 feet, which I think is perfect with those balls. I mean, that also makes it so that there's more defense. If you hit a ground ball, like it's going to get to the guy quicker, and you're not necessarily going to be faster out of the box.
Well, I think back to one play. Jeremy Fry over the bag, dove to the 10-6 hole, grabbed it, popped to his feet before I could come, and Orlando, because he busted so hard out the box, beat it out. Yeah, I come quick.
I was gonna say he's coming, and he came.
I was
during the
like,
play,
"Is this?
too.
Is this a serious JRo, or is this?
No, it's
are
just
we
me still trying to get
sneaking
out some of those things.
Just
Yeah.
very sneakily, some innuendos.
Oh, I had to, God, I had Tourette's when I got off the microphone. It was just fuck, shit, ass, fuck, blow me, like cocaine, fucking drugs, like everything. I just got it off the mic. I was just like, get me rid of it. But no, I literally seeing that though, like Jay Fry diving into the hole and jumping to his feet and almost throwing Orlando out. But on the flip side of it, Orlando came out the box fucking sprinting. Like the hustle on these high level guys, they don't get cheated. I'm thinking back to even like this Brad Sheffield with Sports Reach. First baseman, just a big fucking tank. Fucking guy was... Every time you see these guys, like that's the difference between, I feel like that next level, even at that conference level, is guys that come out the box, it's the hustle. Trying to take that extra bag, always working your bag off.
Was that the guy? He had a big man triple and then a double right after. It was all because of him immediately out of the box. You were talking about that during the game. He hit a ball to left center or something and just never slowed down, just hard out of the box. But there was another guy, and names are your thing, but he didn't hustle, and you guys talked about it for like 2 or 3 batters because it has the chance to be such an important thing. Like I think it set up a double play that would have gotten out of an inning,
especially when you get towards the bottom of the order. Like I think about these pitchers. Yeah, Travis Clark is different. Even Pinkham, Pinkham with MPT, a little different. And nothing against Mooch here, but Mooch is a great pitcher. You just want him to be serviceable. So if you can keep your team out of that double play situation, even if any of the batters keep your team out of that double play situation, you can kind of go up and just be like, all right, this just has to be either A, elevated, or B, right side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
Not much different than the lower levels, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for any anyone who's slower or not, just saying.
Slow guys, we get runners.
I understand.
You have to be safe before you can get the runner.
You got to be safe before you get the runner. So, yeah, tip for everybody out there who's running a team: put your doubles hitter before your fat guys.
Before them, don't put them after us because fuck that.
Yeah.
I want that doubles guy running for me. Ryan Ramirez with Classic Glass is a guy I want to talk about though. Fuck, angry man, loved it. I don't know. I feel like there's so many guys I could talk about. I'm looking at this one comment here from Farad. I met him. He was with he was like, oh yeah, you had my girlfriend on the pod. I was like, who? Katie Harrison from Pork Pistols when we had Miranda on in league night. He joined us. But Jobo, I mean, I tell you what, Jobo did look like he was going bobbing for apples in like the first inning. The guy fucking looked like he took a fucking... He looked like he took a head bath.
Right. Us Northeast guys are not... We're not built for that weather.
His hat was a different color.
Yeah. You could
shiny,
tell those...
leather.
Yeah, there was a lot of... there was some shiny... there were some shiny hats around the park. I had a shiny hat.
I had shiny pits going... I felt bad on that. After that winners bracket final, I felt bad for Mike and DW. So DW was on the camera because they sent home the back end. All right, let's get into that after this. I needed new deodorant when I was down there because mine ran out. I fucking smelled like a skunk's asshole. I was so bad. That deodorant is not coming with me back to Florida again. It's going in the trash. So bad.
What was wrong with it? Too much aluminum? Give some
I
yellow.
don't know. No, I'm a deodorant guy. I'm off antiperspirant because antiperspirant typically leaves like the pit
the yellow.
stains.
Yeah.
So I had to get rid of it, but fuck, I did not smell good at all down there. I know there no chance these guys are going to be listening at all to this or knowing who the fuck we are. The camera crew, the back end, Alex, Owen, Jordan, Amari, Ron, Ben, Chandra, I forgot your name. Y'all did a hell of a job. Like the last day on Saturday, I was just hanging out in the broadcast room. They have a huge wall of TVs back there, and they're working. On the championship game in the World Series, they had 8 cameras going. They had a drone. They had a guy on the field. They're watching them just work between everything. It was awesome, and literally, I try to make Jordan and Ron laugh, who were on the camera next to me. That was my whole goal on some of these games where it wasn't good games. I'm like, how quickly and how bad can I make them laugh the entire game? That was the goal. But yeah, it was fun. And it sounds like the fun's going to continue with you, Trip.
There we go. Love it.
Huzzah.
We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 12 o'clock on the Hit and Sit podcast. Go figure. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I do think there's going to be some big things happening. You'll hear us around the conference next year. I would love to I would go down and do the dual men's and women's nonstop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll do whatever. It was a fun experience, but I really would love to see this women's game continue to grow because I had some great conversations. I keep thinking back to like my conversation with Jen, my conversation with Rip. People want to see this women's side grow, and there are a lot of great ball players in there, like we've talked about for the last year and a half.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad Coco's here. He adds so much right now.
He must be researching something.
Yeah, what are you
All of
researching
them.
right
I was
now?
researching all of them. All of them. Every woman that plays the game, it takes a while.
Let's give a quick. So let's take a quick peek here. Results. The tournament MVP, Travis Clark, shocking. Pitched great, hit great, has an awesome bat from 3 years ago. Offensive tournament MVP was Kyle Pearson. Oh, I got to vote on the defensive tournament MVP.
Nice.
Yeah, we got
John?
Stro. It was John Troyer, the third baseman for Rufex. Fucking filthy. It was hard because like Story could be it, Troyer. Like there's so many guys that like you could think of that could have been Barnes. Like there's so many.
He might
guys.
be one of my favorite defensive player to watch. Like I saw him at the duel earlier this year, and I was like, this guy is fucking awesome. Just makes some crazy plays.
Silly.
And he's got the
silly
flow,
plays.
like you said. He's got the flow.
He's got the fucking. He just looks like a fucking dirtbag. I love it. I gotta tell you though, I think maybe one of my all around favorite players to watch. Played on Sundays, the second baseman, Mark Wick. He looks like he's like us. He's just a big fucking idiot. Like just hits the ball, plays well, but he loves to have fun. He's got a great double dance. I don't know if you saw it. Like I'll clip it during the broadcast and we'll put it up on TikTok. His double dance is like this, bang, bang, and then it's all hips. It's all hips, and I'm just like, you're the fucking. That's what I love to see. Like, and that was the thing I kept telling people. I'm like, softball's fun. I know there's money here. There's a lot of money invested, but fucking softball is fun. Let's have a day. And he had a day.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, congratulations to Travis Clark, Kyle Pearson, John Troyer, who were the tournament MVP, offensive tournament MVP, and defensive tournament MVP.
Kyle Pearson, also the home run champion for
Shocking.
this tournament.
He's
what did he hit? 14, I think I saw. I think I saw he went 26 for 28, and I think he hit 14 home runs.
Honestly, that's it.
I think John King's put that up. That's
I
more
know
than
that
half
sounds.
of his hits.
I know
Or more
that's
than half
silly
of the
to
time
say.
he was on base.
I felt like every time he was up, it was just a fucking piss missile somewhere. I don't remember
I
him
wonder-
running much.
Yeah, I wonder if you could swing 28 times and hit more than 14 home runs out of a stadium.
Out of the stadium, no. That question was asked to me, and no, I think that's no. So the
Did
Mike
you say that
Lacey
you
asked
could?
me.
Did what was this thing with you and Mooch? Did you say you could take Mooch deep in the stadium? Is
So
that what I
here
heard?
was the question. So Mike Lacey, we were doing the Chick-fil-A game, Classic Glass, after the winners bracket final because things were running so far behind. So Mike Lacey asked me. He goes, your Mooch is pitching to you, and he's just throwing cookies. You get 12 pitches. How many balls could you hit out of the stadium with stadium balls? I said, I was thinking about it. I didn't want to be fucking stupid and go like, oh, I could hit fucking 8. This isn't Martell by the river. So I said, realistically, I would feel extremely confident I could hit 3 to 4 out of the stadium, no problem.
I was thinking the same thing.
Like, and so Mike was like, oh, so you're telling me you have 330, 340 power? I'm like, 350. I'm like, yes.
With a stadium ball, yeah.
With a
you
hot
can do
dot,
that.
I could probably put 3 out.
Oh,
With a hot dot.
you're getting
that would with a hot dot, there's no way you're hitting it out of the stadium.
In that weather, no. In a cool,
Yeah,
Well, it's never gonna be
I mean,
cold
where-
there.
you're not hitting 3 or 4 out with a hot dot.
you could hit a ball like 330, but you have to put it right down the
You
line.
have to put it right on the line.
That's the
because
thing.
otherwise it's probably not going out.
350, 360 with a hot dot.
So now you're putting yourself into like this. Not only do you have to hit a home run, but you're also like
You're doing it right
you
here.
need it to such a small area to hit it out.
But with the stadium, like
Stadium, yeah, you could
we
get
both could do 3 or 4 easy, I think.
Yeah,
3
depends
easy.
on where I am. Depends on where I am in my BP round. Who's pitching?
You're warmed up and you're ready to go.
Mooch is pitching.
And the
first.
wind's not blowing against you and left.
Yeah, I could do 3.
But if it's
easily.
blown out to right, just pop it out over there. You're good. You're fine. But I thought it was a good question and whatever. So, but no, that was
stop before you don't go any further. What do you mean the both of you could do it? What about me?
You're out. Wind's blowing in
you
from
play
right.
softball anymore?
This weekend, but that's a different story.
All right, so let's head on over to the men's C now. Men's C. I don't really want to talk men's C. We were fucking abysmal down there. Dustin, sorry.
We were
but,
not.
Like, the
We were not.
Northeast started abysmal down there.
That is true.
Yeah, AZ Roofing came top 10,
I understand. We're
Toro.
not there yet.
13.
We're not
I know,
there
but
yet.
You're like I don't want to talk about it. Like this is the men's C tournament is extremely hard to do well in.
Yes.
In my opinion, you have 80 teams, or you're always going to have come close
70,
to
yeah,
80
78 teams.
Yeah.
Yes.
You-
Okay,
to win
let me
to win this
rephrase what I
tournament or
said.
Do well, you need to win a lot of games.
Yeti was the only team that left Thursday 1-0.
Because they had a weird schedule then.
Correct. Well, yeah. So
'Cause
that's what I
every
was
other
looking at.
Every other 1-0 team had to play again later that night.
Yeah. So day one was not great, but you're right. Next thing, I was even at the stadium. I'm hearing AZ Roofing, and I'm hearing about Toro making fucking runs, which, when you lose game 1, is unbelievable.
So Toro won game 1.
Mhm.
And then they rattle off 3 in the losers bracket. I
Okay.
think AZ lost their first one
They
and they rattled off 6, which is pretty impressive.
Sorry, I thought I muted myself there. My fault.
No, you're good. Yeah, 6. So yeah, I mean we went down, lost our first one in a really weird game, and then Friday was 2 games only, and then Saturday was like 7 games. So like losing early in that tournament is just so hard.
Mhm.
So hard. You need to be 3 or 4-0 to really do well in this tournament.
I mean, we didn't have Blackout went 0-2, which surprised me. Can I throw shade at them for a second?
Well, I think they didn't lose a couple of their a couple of the Chosen guys went back to Chosen, I think, right?
believe
Like
so.
Sedlak went back to Chosen.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who else, but I know that they jumped on for like the Firecracker, and they look. That's when they looked their best.
And okay. So Andy Lee wasn't down there. Okay, never mind.
They had
I
gotten
only
rid of
throw
Andy
shade.
before that. Yeah, so
It was only because of a Facebook post earlier in the year at the Firecracker. That's why I was going to throw a little shade.
Right, and that was, I mean, that's when they had 3 like legit B chips on their team, and that weekend they did look really, really well,
Right.
or they played well. They looked really good. Yeah, I mean, this is a tough tournament to do well in. You know what I mean? Like, we came out, lost our first one. We beat a really bad team 30-4.
Not good.
Yeah, so 3 of our 4 games were like really close. 2-run, 3-run ball games, 2 1-run ball games. You know what I mean? Like, it came down to, we walked off Fathom, and then JK Inc. walked off us on Red Easton. Which is weird. Red Easton was playing differently this weekend.
Really?
The wind was blowing out to left.
Oh wow.
What?
Which is never the
Never-
like
never
the
seen.
yeah. Like at the end of that JK Inc. game, we were out of home runs.
Well, because
pretty
and that's
easily.
the thing. Like, it was blowing out to left at the stadium, which is never really the case. It's usually blowing out to right. So that's that makes sense.
Yeah, so the wind was all different. It was like, even if the wind was blowing in from right, it was blowing out to left at some of the fields. It's always weird, but the ball seemed fine in every game that we were watching. Saturday, super mild, probably the best day that you could have played.
Absolutely.
I think that was the day where it was just like, it wasn't windy, it wasn't really hot. So yeah, after we were out, we went and your boy started drinking heavily. And we were watching the Toro and the AZ games, and I was, as you guys know, I can get loud. I was being an absolute menace to some of these teams.
Was that what the comment I saw on Facebook today?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't remember. I think it was one of the AZ guys were saying that they had home field advantage with you there or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, probably. Because me and Moore were screaming at these guys. Like, we were not holding back whatsoever. But that's the thing. Like, you see the guys you play against all year round.
Yeah.
You're at the field. Help them in any way to just keep winning. Right? Isn't that what it's all about? Like, of course, when you're in the tournament, you want to win every single game. You don't care. I don't care how anyone else is doing. I don't care. The only thing I care about is what my team's doing. But once I'm done, I'm going to help out the teams that are still in it. Right?
Well, and that's what I loved. Like, night 1, whatever the fucking night that was, I was at Wawa. Day 1, I saw, some guys from AUIT, Season Athletics, and it's just like, how you guys doing? They're filling me in. It's like, all right, fucking go on a run. AZ Roofing. So those guys, it wasn't a good conversation after day 1. Yeah, I saw Gary, and Gary's like, this is your one chance for an interview. I'm like, well, I have nothing with me. And it's like, all right, just go on a fucking run. Saw Toro Construction Saturday morning. Same thing. It's like, I don't have a dog in the fight at Seas. Obviously, I'm not playing. I just wanted to see some boys end up at the top of the fucking results. At the end of the fucking day, with how the Northeast started day 1, I wanted to see some Northeast teams in the top 10. If we could get top 5 finish, that's fucking great. But that's all I cared about, was seeing guys get high. Well, you got high.
You did on Saturday, and that is for sure.
But that's what you guys are touching on, is what we've talked about with the Challenge Cup in previous years. In different worlds, we've talked about how we still have that, like, I don't want to see a New England team do poorly, a Northeast team. Right. We always check in with them. And Dustin, you very much are different than me in that of, I'm still going to want them to do well. I'm going to be going out of my way during the tournament to root for them too. But once it's done, like when you said that you were a menace to them, and I was like, that's what's awesome about those tournaments, is when you have, everyone kind of comes together and you start to root for the teams that are left.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we did. We literally we we were just helping the boys out, right? Like someone would make a play and I'm out there screaming, that's not the guy. You know what I mean? Try someone else. Try someone else. That's not him. And like as the batter walks away, knowing I can hear, knowing that he can hear what I'm just
whatever you're
absolutely
fucking
screaming.
saying.
Yeah, it was bad for the other teams, but I don't know. I'm always going to support. I'm going to support the teams when I'm out of the tournament, because when I'm in the tournament, I'm there to win.
Yeah,
some of these
you
teams,
should be.
Yeah, exactly. Some of these teams kind of put it to me earlier in the year. I was like, we're not going to have a team that's going to do well in C's. I didn't think we did. I do think AZ coming in ninth. I think that's a really good finish. Also a really good finish for them.
Also, they came out of left field. So AZ Roofing, not a great season at all for them. Didn't really feel like they were ever. I expected a lot out of AZ Roofing all year. I expected them to be a dominant team. I thought they were going to be a top 3 team in all the major tournaments, in the big spots. And I just was never really wowed with them, like finish wise.
Yeah, so I think what that was is it was growing pains, really. They have a lot of young guys on that team.
Yes.
A lot of young guys, and they just showed up and played this weekend. Like that's all that happened is those young guys showed up and played. They have so much experience there too with their older guys. They got Snyder and Gary there. Like, you know what I mean? They are built for success. Even if they weren't showing it throughout the year, they did start out pretty hot. I want to say,
Right.
I would say, but they kind of like, I think that they went through some bumps and bruises along the way. They kind of rebounded in September, playing a month before that tournament, that world tournament. That's also huge, I think, too. But them coming top 9, I would say is kind of a shocker to me.
Oh, for sure. I agree.
You know what I mean? And then we had Deluxe Bakery, Toro, and Diamond Dynasty all 13th.
Love that.
Yeah, Toro.
And look at Toro averaging 20.3 runs a game. Shocking that Toro averaged that many runs.
Yeah, so the Toro, the offense was never the issue with them ever. I wasn't sure if their defense was going to.
It's leopard print, Mike. You asked for it on the broadcast.
I didn't know if their defense was going to be able to kind of keep up in this tournament, but with Spanky does not walk guys. He does not walk guys. He throws strikes. You know what I mean? His stuff doesn't really move, but he's gonna make you earn your way on base.
I feel like when I talked to him,
playing very good defense in the infield as well.
And I feel like I talked to him on BP on Saturday. I feel like he even said, he's like, Thursday I walked guys because of the wind. He goes, it was so hard to throw a strike on Thursday.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you pitched.
Dude, it was tough. On that day, it was tough. That day, and then kind of Friday was also kind of weird too. I don't think they played on Friday.
They didn't play
Friday. They won their first one, lost their second one, and then played on Saturday. So that also probably kind of helped them go on that like three game little run. I think we ended up doing that one year too, Coco. The year that we it
wasn't the year, it was maybe D's. Yeah, but yeah, we've had that break.
We've had that like weird Friday off break.
You know what team really surprised me too? What outside of Toro, like where Toro, I don't know if that was. I mean, AZ was a surprise. Looking at Toro going 4-2, I don't think that one didn't really surprise me. They made a hell of a run through the losers bracket last year. AUIT only going 3-2 surprised me.
AUIT played the winner of the tournament in the first round of the tournament.
Fuck. Yep.
That's
right. They got the reclass. Yeah.
Yeah. So they got the Hornets. Also the Hornets.
What the fuck are they doing in Ohio?
Such dominance over the last couple of years, but
church in the softball field.
I'm gonna start bottling Cuyahoga River water and selling it out here.
This is one of the ones where you look at the Hornets going 7-0, and you look at AUIT going into I think it was the 8th inning, bottom of the 8th inning with guys on first and second, no outs, and not scoring. You know
That
what I mean? Or
happened.
maybe it was the top or something like that. It was in the 8th inning, I think.
Yeah. You're
AUIT
right.
had
remember
a
that.
shot to win this game, and I think it was the 7th, because then they went to the 8th.
Yeah.
Hornets scored 2, and yeah, AUIT couldn't come back. But man, yeah, you think of. I think if AUIT wins that, it's very possible that AUIT wins this tournament.
Here's a question for you guys. Ohio's I don't know. Ohio's kind of in a class of their own right now. I feel like, just with the way they're going. Look at this. You have New England. You have Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, Maryland, all in the top 13. How the fuck do we get all together and play more tournaments against each other to help us out come Worlds? How does this happen? I know that's a lot, but like how?
More teams have to travel.
Like the Plex
You
is
play
in
in
a bad spot to
Playing
go.
the Firecracker, but I feel like whenever I play in the Firecracker, I always play teams that I play against all the time. I
How
don't
do
know.
we get these D
I don't know,
teams
we've
up to
played
the
Colorado.
Firecracker or C teams to Firecracker?
Yeah, I mean, I
don't
guess
know.
it's just you've got to be able to convince people. You got to travel to get to know people to be able to convince them to come up and talk. About
You've got to go. Yeah, you've got to bring your teams out there if you want them to come back here. And sometimes it's
I feel
not
like
going to
we
happen.
Go down to Ocean City. Yeah.
Would you rather go to
maybe
Ocean
I mean, I'm
City
looking-
or North Branford, Connecticut?
Well, I'm looking at this too, and it's just like, all right. I mean, obviously, like, listen, Ohio, they've got a lot of good softball going out there, and listen,
And a
Schlaba,
lot of good softball. We got people looking into it.
Schlaba towing is obviously going to be.
They're going to
heavy
win
front
D's.
runner. Yeah, they're
Gonna
going to win D's.
D's.
So you're going to have the winner of D's. We're calling it right now.
The winner
Ohio's
of
going to
D's,
the winner of
the
D's.
winner of C's, the winner of B.
Like,
And
how
you
do
look at
we
this-
in the Northeast combat this shit?
You look at this Hornets team though, and they let up less than 10 runs per game.
How?
Defense wins championships.
Fuck.
And it was
Well,
kind of
that's why-
19.
it was
That's
cool looking
how.
at their thing. A lot of their like the players that have been playing for a little bit, they went from E to D, did
Yeah.
2 years D. Now they're
Yeah.
now they're C. Now they'll be B, and that's since like 2020.
Well, and look at Roof X. Roof X.
Same thing. Yep.
They knocked
Right. You
off
start when you're
MPT.
16,
Yeah,
You're B by
well,
the time
12.
you're 19.
What did Farron say when Farron joined us on the pod? What age did he say he started playing?
They said that they started
Really cool,
traveling for softball. I think
At
was their
16.
first world was 16.
Yep.
Which is insane. And I want to say, so the Hornets team was wearing an Eli Road shirt, and I want to say that that's like one of the older teams that those
Okay.
guys were on.
That their pa told them about.
But fuck, man. I'm in for watching those boys play. And it was fun, like on the broadcast, obviously, with Cromie, who Matt Cromie went to with Rock Run to ASAB, Michael AC, who knows these guys well. It was fun having those guys on the broadcast, being able to speak to a lot of these players at the different levels too, because they've seen them all grow up. And they all just like whatever, it's Amish. Like take that out of it. They're fucking ball players.
Eli Road was a team. Most recently, 2019 got bumped from C to B.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool.
Talking
So
about
we got
the Amish,
we got a smoke situation going on.
talking about the Amish.
Tony, did you get out into Ohio?
The fact the walk-up music for Farron Miller was Amish Paradise.
Amish Paradise was hysterical.
Might
Yeah.
have been the funniest thing of the entire weekend that I like when it happened. I was like, come on. And the first game that I saw him, he just like cracked a smile as it happened.
He laughed.
And I was like, that's a good dude who's also like getting the humor in all of it. And then going out there and just hitting it 250 feet right in front of the outfield for base hits.
Oh God, guys, I just did something really bad. I just looked at my phone.
I don't do that.
I left my dog outside for the last 2 hours.
Oh
jeez.
no!
Good thing
So
it's not
what did he text you? Your dog-
Amanda just sent me a message. She goes, "Did you forget to let the dog in after I left?"
Oh,
Yes.
boy. All right.
Anyway, I'll hear about that. Can we stay on for like 4 hours? Going on over to the women's C. We had some success here, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Really. So this is I saw more women's C softball than I saw of any other classification this weekend. Because I got the Wall Stars on whatever fucking day that was, Friday morning. And then I was going to watch the Sharks, but then I got the call to jump on the mic. So, I'm taking that. So I saw a total of like 9 innings of women's softball this weekend. But our ladies from Rhode Island, the Sharks, went on a run.
Yeah,
They
were
did.
beating the bag out of people there toward the end when we were watching.
We
Yeah,
kind of thought that this
they-
was going to happen in this tournament.
Right, they were the one, right? I mean,
Yeah, and they might have even been the one. In,
I think they were the
power
one
rating,
one.
too.
Yes, they
Yeah.
were.
They were.
They still
They
are.
were. And I thought that like this lady SFS team, I saw them play the Wall Stars that morning, and boy, their center fielder, their pitcher, and their shortstop, I want to say, really stood out to me. Their center fielder was very good. Their pitcher pitched.
Okay.
Like just didn't try to throw strikes, like she pitched. And they beat up on Wall Stars. Sorry, Wally. 19-7. And then they beat the Sharks 8-3, which the Sharks haven't lost. They had lost one game in class all year. They're like 29-1. So that team was very, very good. And then, we get into the losers bracket here oh no, I just realized the Sharks played our girls, the Girl Scout dropouts. They knocked them out.
Fuck.
And did they?
14-1.
14-1 is a tough one. Yeah, but
14-1,
I mean,
11-6. Oh.
yeah, you get into this tournament and you start scoring in the teens. I feel if you're playing, good defense, you're gonna definitely win.
We got to see our ladies from GSD really quickly.
And then we were off to see these duck uniforms with the duck pants.
Oh, I've got you. Oh, 2 things. I want to talk about 2 things. Thank you. So
You had rubber duckies.
Dirty Ball, the women's C team out of Michigan, had amazing uniforms. Though they were they were ducks. They had new uniforms for like every fucking day in game, basically. So,
But their pants were they might have been yellow with like a mustard rubber ducky, like just the whole. It was like a rubber ducky print, essentially.
I was trying to be the
Nice.
all-time the first base coach for each team. The only problem was Dirty Ball beat the shit out of Girl Scout dropout. Asia earmuffs. 12-1. And then Dirty Ball beat ABL 7-2 and then lost to Yarn Ballers out of Florida 7-5. Like they went for a little run. This Yarn Ballers team, this Lady SFS team, both were very good. And then Chalk Talk out of North Carolina had a nice little tournament as well. And then, but here's something I want to give a quick shout out to as well. I forgot on the men's side until you brought that up. Rooftop Solutions. Got a chance to talk to Steven and JRo from Rooftop Solutions, the Texas C team. Out in Texas, it sounds like they're trying to bump a lot of teams from C to B. So it's almost like they're trying to do what was done around here, moving a lot of guys into C from D, which I like because I think the C division now is nice. And I think C is where I want to play next year. Like C is a great division. I just don't, the B division going from $25K of a budget to 50, like what do you need for B? Like is crazy. Because he said he spent $25K.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what excuse me. In the Northeast, you can get away with a $15,000 budget for B. A lot of
really?
a lot of the same tournaments you're going to play in. You know what I mean? You can play in just the opens locally. But it all comes down to like, our guy's going to pay for flights. You know what I mean? Are they going to pay for their own cars? Or are they going to go to a team that's going to pay for all that stuff too? So that's where all the money is being spent.
That's the difference.
Yeah, that's where the money's being spent at this point.
Okay. But just wanted to talk about those two real quick. It was pretty neat. I mean, you guys know me. Like, I'm so shy to talk to people. I love it.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see what they do as far as bumps go this year. I don't think we see any C teams get bumped.
After seeing the B teams from this year, hopefully we don't see any C teams
Yeah,
get
that's
bumped.
going to be tough. I mean, but what does that do? It does push, some of the good C players up into B, and now maybe those B teams have to pick up some guys. But I still don't. I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like a spot where we would really want to.
Yeah.
But
Getting back to the Sharks real quick here, just squirrel. Olivia Kenyon, Kelsey Gamble, and Jill Grazia were all world tournament selections there. So congratulations to those ladies.
nice job.
Olivia, I fucking love Olivia. She's awesome. She does a hell of a job on the mound. And she gets me fired up when I used to be able to stream Challenge Cup and shit. I was watching some streams of ours today, and I got sad. I'm like, this is done for now. Fuck. Anyway, we gotta look at D. I forget women's D was going on. Sorry.
Yeah, I think we only had one team from the area, right?
3.
Relocated to Walt Officer.
Oh, that's
Venom
right.
finished 13th, 2-2. That's Showbiz, baby. Finished 2-2, finished 13th. Lady Cartel finished 13th out of New Jersey, fired up from Maryland. Yeah.
Oh, we have
Game Up-
the
Game
Game
Up
Up
Girls,
Girls,
Home Invaders.
Home
17.
Invaders.
Yeah.
Venom.
So nothing too crazy there. Yeah. MFK, Coco?
I do. I have one.
You have one. Okay.
I've had it.
Ooh.
I've had it. I've had it for a
Let's
couple
do it.
weeks. I've just sat
Let's
on
go.
it. All right. Take
MFK.
yourself back to when you started to find yourself a little bit as a teenager.
I'm gonna
Are you
close
talking
my
about,
eyes.
are you talking about
We're going-
masturbating?
Yes, I am. We're going prime time, early 2000s. Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Jessica Simpson. Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, easy. Marrying Britney Spears, fucking Christina Aguilera, and killing Jessica Simpson. You think I haven't thought about this 400 times?
Okay.
From the time I
Yeah.
was
I'm
fucking
not doing that.
19
I think I'm-
until I was 50.
Yeah, I think I'm marrying Christina Aguilera, fucking Britney Spears, and
Okay.
Jessica
so-
Simpson. Whoever the third one was is out.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it different. I'm going to marry Jessica Simpson.
Oh
I'm gonna
my
feel so fucking smart the entire time because I think that she's gonna be the good wife. I'm gonna kill Britney Spears. And I'm very intrigued by what Christina Aguilera is gonna give me for one night, thinking about like the dirty video.
Oh, she's going to be, that's why you fuck her, because she's going to be amazing.
Because
But,
she's a
like,
genie in a bottle, baby, right?
Yes.
So I think
Yeah.
she was too young then, so it felt weird to go back at that
Nah.
time.
I wasn't too young.
I know,
then.
but I am now, so I didn't know I don't know where the line is. So it was
How
really
old
tough.
do you think she is?
I don't. So the
She
same
was-
thing with
she
Britney
was
Spears
underage
we
when that
The
song
same
came
thing
out.
with Britney Spears too.
Yeah, that's why
She's
I
my
didn't-
fucking age, so I was jerking off to
Right.
her. We were the same age.
Right,
jerking off the whole time.
in
But
that
I'm
you-
looking back at when
but
they were
you
younger.
You said bring yourself back.
to what they
To
looked
that
like
time.
then. Okay, but I'm still fuck marrying killing them. Okay, fine. I'm still
I'm
going
still
Christina Aguilera. My numbers aren't changing. My numbers are the
Did
same.
he just try to trap us?
Yeah. He tried to get us to be
Jessica
pedos.
Simpson was like randomly 23 at that point. The
So
others
let's
were
go
like
back to the
17.
early 2000s when Big Boy JRo is the same age as Christina.
Right.
Fine.
And when
which
she
is also
wasn't-
still the case.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Once
And I
the same
still would
age,
fuck
always
the
the
shit
same
out of
age.
her if I got the chance. Sorry, honey. Britney's 41. And Jessica Simpson, the dumbest. How could you fucking deal? How could you be with somebody that thinks the fucking chicken of the sea is literally. And she's 43. What the fuck is wrong with you?
But
Like
I'm going back.
you're
I'm
not
not
going to be
43
able to
then.
fucking deal with somebody that thinks the chicken of the sea is literally a chicken that swims around the fucking ocean and can fence off a fucking shark.
I'm not gonna be able. Look at Britney Spears, man. She's fucking tapped too.
Yeah, because she needs to get rescued from her father.
He is.
And
think
you
you're
see
gonna
the
be the one?
knives? You see the knives she's fucking
Dude,
playing with?
what?
That plays right into my knife play kink.
There's so much going on. Whenever she just takes a video of herself, it's like, what
Yeah.
are we doing now?
And we went back to when Britney Spears was still somewhat sane, because we went back.
Red leather.
Britney Spears reveals she had an abortion because Justin Timberlake didn't want to be a father. Pew, pew, pew. Bring It podcast exclusive.
Okay, what year is that from?
This is from an hour ago. Look at this. Yeah, Britney had a Bobo. Look at that headline. Updated. October 17th, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Daylight time. She had a Bobo. Good for her.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Thanks for hanging out.
See ya.